1. Populist budget. There couldn't have been more challenging times than the present ones for preparing the national budget. The uncertainties related to elections and foreign funding required to cover the massive external account financing gap of about $25 billion during the next financial year. Amid deepening domestic political crises and unfavorable global economic circumstances, mean that our fiscal authorities would be budgeting this year on hope rather than tangibles. Add to that the strong compulsion the PMLN-led government must be feeling to appease voters as the monthly price inflation hits another record high of 38 PC days before Budget 2024. And it becomes obvious that the present rulers really have their work cut out for them before the next general polls. It will not be surprising if the Shahbaz Sharif dispensation decides to give a populist budget, including a large fiscal stimulus in the shape of development allocations to recoup some of its lost political capital. But this will be disastrous for an economy on the brink of default. The government has already choked the economy to avoid a default as foreign funding dries up thanks to slumping relations with the IMF. A populist, or what Finance Minister Ishaq Dar has described as a welfare-oriented, pro-investment and business-friendly, budget will be fraught with the risk of Pakistan being pushed deeper into economic depression and away from multilateral and bilateral lenders. With the country confronting stagflation, marked by flattening economic growth, soaring unemployment and spiking inflation, there has never been a more compelling case for a budget that focuses on fiscal, governance and structural reforms for longer-term economic recovery and sustainability. Pakistan needs foreign financing, including loan rollovers, of more than $77 billion to meet its external debt payments over the next 3 years. That will not be possible without the IMF on board. A fiscally irresponsible budget can make a new deal with the fund even more difficult. Domestic revenue resources also remain scarce. They are insufficient to cover debt servicing costs, let alone finance development, defense, salaries, pensions, etc. That makes the proposed fiscal stimulus and relief to the common man, aimed at wooing back voters, impractical unless the government is prepared to throw all caution to the wind and resort to drastically increasing domestic borrowing and accumulating more debt, bringing greater misery to the public. The upcoming budget will be more a test of the government's resolve to stay the course and restructure the economy to steer it through uncertain conditions rather than provide temporary relief to people and businesses for short-term political gains. Sadly, the indications so far are that the government is more likely to follow the fiscally imprudent path rather than follow through with the reforms it has promised its lenders to ensure longer-term economic stability. 2. Odhisa disaster. The horrific train crash in India's eastern state of Odhisa should prompt authorities across the subcontinent to review safety precautions, and discuss best practices in order to prevent such tragedies from recurring. Around 280 people have been reported dead, while close to 900 are believed to have been injured in one of India's worst rail disasters in decades. Tragedy struck on Friday when the Coromandel Express hit a freight train, jumped the tracks and hit another train. As per preliminary investigations, a signal fault is being blamed for the accident. Though India's safety record has witnessed improvement over the years, more needs to be done to reduce the risk of accidents on the rail network. India maintains a massive railway network, which transports millions of passengers across thousands of kilometers daily. Pakistan has also witnessed numerous high-casualty railway accidents over the past few years. These include the Bolte crash in 2021, in which over 60 people perished, while over 70 people died in the 2019 Tesgam train fire when, reportedly, a cooking gas cylinder on board exploded. The fact is that for most people, train travel is the most affordable way to commute between cities. Hence it is the state's responsibility to ensure that people get to their destinations in safety and comfort. Admittedly, Pakistan has failed to invest adequately in the modernization of its railway network, inherited from the British. There are major issues with track maintenance as well as the signaling system, while unmanned level crossings also pose a threat to public safety. India intends to address the safety loopholes by installing an anti-train collision system across the network, though progress in this regard has been slow. In fact, railways safety is one area where Pakistan and India can cooperate, considering that both systems are products of the same colonial stock, though India's rail network has raced ahead of Pakistan's. Where Pakistan's railways are concerned, the system needs an overhaul and investment to ensure passenger safety and comfort. The track needs to be modernized, and in this respect, the upgrade of the ML1 under CPEC has been discussed. A viable railway network, undergirded by a stringent safety regimen, is essential for affordable passenger and freight transportation, and regional states can share their knowledge and experiences to make train travel safer for all. Published in Dawn, June 6, 2023.